hopefully I didn't record last week. I'm not sure what happened there. So hopefully it was just user error. That'll give you confidence, won't you? No, but I've had much success with this in previous days. I hope I got this right. Anyway, should be going good. Okay, so welcome back. Here is class number two. Okay, so first of all, Jakai Burgess, I do not see, and so I'm going to go ahead and just do this right now. Sierra Burke, yep. How you doing? Good. All right, good. Jennifer Collins, yes. How you doing? All right, excellent. Nick Coey, yes. All right. Alan Flowers. Alan Flowers not here yet. Okay. Aiden Grinnell. Yes. All right. Let's see. Rolando Guerra Gonzalez, not here. Okay. Quinlan Hickey. All right, Quinlan, very good. Good to see you. All right. Amadou. Okay, not seeing Amadou right now. And so we'll move on from there. Anastasia. Yes. Okay, good to have you here. Phil Nicolosi. Okay, not here. All right. And then we got Jacob Rathman. Okay, Jacob. Yes. Okay, good to have you here. Paul Rodriguez. All right. Anthony Spisuth. Did I get that right? Sipasuth. Okay, very good. Good to have you here. Addison Taggart. Yes. Good to have you here. A couple hockey players in this class. Kanaya. Okay. Yeah, good to see you. And Elisha Williams. Yes, very good. And let's see here. I think up here in the front. Yes, that's okay. Alan Flowers, very good. Okay, good to have you here. I see you brought some gear. Okay, very good. All right, good. Amadou, all right. Did I get that right? Amadou, is that right? You're Jakai. Okay, very good. All right, let me get out of there. I don't even think I got that name pronounced right either. We'll try. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go and get started. All right, for those that are here, and for those that are actually watching on the video, we're gonna go ahead and jump in here. So yeah, today is class number 2 of CAD for Construction. So today, this is where we start to do the actual unpacking of the course, and this is where we're going to start to kind of like move forward. I always believe it's a good idea to kind of like move in the right direction. So Alan, over here, are you, I'm not sure what you're equipped to do or not to do, so I don't want to put under pressure on you, but is there anything you'd like to I'll treat this a little bit like if you want to kind of present something or how you can do something, is that something you can do or not so much? It's okay if it's not so much.
Let's start it over.
I'll start my way first. Okay, we'll do this, and then we'll talk about that. Okay, so to give a little bit of context, what we're going to do right now is, again, this class is CAD for Construction. It is 2 credits, 2 slim credits, okay? So I try to choose my spots and not overdo it and not underdo it. And so in this class right now, I try to always maximize my classes so that when you walk out of here, you have the most marketable skills I can get into your hands. That's really my goal. Revit has pretty much taken over the industry, so therefore I'm going to make you Revit literate in this class. It used to be CAD literate, now it's going to be Revit literate. You're going to learn some stuff about buildings, how buildings are put together, how they actually would interface to some degree with the civil thing, okay, because civil is really what we're about here. But that's something that I got to kind of beef out a little bit, but we'll definitely take a look at. But there's this really great thing, great connectivity. If you have Revit, you can actually do your civil stuff really nicely, and you can actually interface that and do topology and all this kind of stuff right from survey data. Okay, so it's really kind of cool. So you got that, then you go ahead and excavate things and put things together and actually dig out and actually put down foundations and stuff. So yeah, what I don't have right now is really good classroom material for that yet, but that's something I'm developing. Hopefully I'll have that, a few weeks. I got a little bit, but not much, not as much as I'd like to have. In any case, so we're going to jump into this right now. So let me kind of introduce this thought. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Paul. You're Paul, okay, because I want to make sure I got that here. So what we got here, very good. Okay, great. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to kind of show you some of the stuff that I've worked with in the past, and we can talk about what what that entails. Because in my career, I've done a lot of stuff. I've been primarily involved in my career with doing stuff that's been building CAD stuff, but it's all been like building related. It's been primarily facilities and also buildings and architecture. Okay, facilities, that's where you're more concerned with like square footages and occupancy and things of that nature. I see a nodding head. Did you know we're teaching Revit in this class? Did I mention that? Okay, it's not in this. It's not in the course description. Us adjuncts don't have a lot of power, unfortunately. And I've been trying to change it for years, and they've not done it. I apologize for that. So it's a bit of a bait and switch, but it's kind of like, okay, you know what? I've got departmental buy-in for what I'm doing, so that's not the thing. Okay, so anyway, what I do need to do right now is I just went ahead and printed. I already got that up there, so that's good. All right, so what I'm going to do right now, and going over here, I'm going to talk a little bit about how this all works. So let me start our talk right here by going over here. Now, what you're looking at right here is a building that is actually, let me kind of bring the lights down a little bit. I will do my best not to put you to sleep. My seniors and my juniors right now, they are really enjoying right now me turning the lights off and doing CAD. Okay, but this is a building that is in New York City. It's actually in Brooklyn. Anyone been to Brooklyn or got people in Brooklyn? Okay, gotcha. Okay, this is actually in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood. This is actually Woodhull Medical Center. Anyone familiar? Maybe probably not. But okay, well, this right here is a building, and this is actually a building that I and my staff measured starting in May of 2002, and we measured the entire building. It's 1.1 million square feet. This is one floor out of 10. Big facility, very, very big facility. And so when I talk about actually measuring this, I mean actually going out there and measuring every door, every wall, every window, every toilet, every sink, every room name, and every room number. It was a big project. And so we went out here, we did this, and we actually did this through the use of materials that were not the advanced tools that we see today. What I had and what my staff had, what we were armed with was the trusty disto. Okay. Now, what this is right here, if you've never used it before, this is like you can drive a cat crazy with this, or a dog. Okay. You can really drive the distraction, but you can also measure stuff. Okay. So this is what we use. Okay. Now, every one of these walls, doors, and windows was measured. The distance from this wall to this wall, 727 feet. Okay. So it's essentially over well, whatever they be, 2.5 football fields or something. So it was, and we had to get the shots all the way down the hall. And we did it. We had to do it after hours, and we had to chock all the doors open to hope we had a straight shot, and we did it. And we actually got it done. It was pretty crazy. So getting the first shot is valuable, and then you get the other shot, you get that much easier this way. And then you set your corridors, and then once you set your corridors, then you begin to build up the space, you build the space in between. It was a big job, and we went ahead and did that. So my background is, now I'll tell you this right now too. So we did this over the course of the summer of 2002. And what we did is started in May, as I mentioned. We had 2 crews, and each crew had one person. We all had one of these on our hips, one of these tape measures. We all had one of these. Old trusty to get these kind of things. You have that on one hip. The other person had the disto, and then you went out in the field. And I had 2 carts with laptops. And what we did is we went out in the field and we actually measured it. As we measured the space, we actually built it right on site. So we actually drew it up so we knew it was right or wrong. And so we solved the space. Okay. And so yeah, it was a lot of work. So what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be doing a little bit of similar stuff right here. So as we get into that right now, let me get the lights back on here. So that is kind of a little bit of a background as far as like where you can go with this kind of stuff. So when you are into doing buildings and working with building information, you're usually talking about working with blueprints, plans, CAD plans, PDFs, all that kind of stuff, depending upon where they are. The gold standard tends to be a CAD plan. Okay, if you can get a CAD plan, you're really good. Now the question is, how good is that CAD plan? How accurate is it? When we measured ours, we were actually tasked with getting the accuracy from this wall to that wall within 1/4 of an inch. That was our accuracy. Every measurement had to be that way, and we actually did it, which was actually pretty cool. So we went ahead and made that happen. Now that I've talked about that, what I would like to do with you all is actually we are going to, before this night is over, we are going to measure this room and we're going to put it in Revit. That's what we're going to do tonight. So Revit is actually it's done by manufactured by Autodesk. I talked about it last week, but it's essentially a 3D intelligent building information managing modeling tool. So we'll take a look at that. So let me show you first of all. Let's do this. Now we're going to go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to show you how this all works. So I'm going to introduce you right now. Tonight, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start by talking a little bit about showing you what Revit is, what it looks like, how to open it up, how to move around inside of it, what to expect, what it looks like, what it'll give you. And then we're going to move on from there into actually measuring this room and actually building this room out. And when I say that, we're going to put the walls in, we're going to put the tables in, going to put the monitors on the tables because all that kind of stuff is in there. Also the towers that are underneath. I actually have whiteboards as well. We're going to put in a ceiling, we're going to put in a floor, we're going to put in a door. And we're going to stop there. That's going to be enough. But what the goal is tonight is to begin to learn how this stuff gets unpacked and how you actually make that. And when you're done, that you actually do have a 3D model that you can actually view. And have you guys ever seen like the highly rendered building models that you see right now? They actually have a walkthrough. You actually walk through some space where it's sort of, well, that's where we're going right now. Now, the ability to render this at the really high level that they typically have when they do something that's on TV or whatever, that's typically, we don't have that package here, but we can still get it pretty darn good. Okay, so it's still going to be really good. All right, any questions before I move on? Any questions about the building? I usually get questions, a lot of questions like, how did you do that? Because it's like I have just jaws drop down here and say, you're kidding, I must not have presented it correctly, but it's like it was a big deal. All right, not that I want to brag about it, but let's do this. Let's all go here. Let's all go out to, first of all, you should all be logged in. So since you're all logged in or you're in the process of getting logged in, we're going to go out to Brightspace. Now, Brightspace is the location where we actually go in and do all our work. And let's see here. Let me sure that, okay, so right, we got, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. My new student, what's your name again? Jacob. Okay, gotcha. Okay. And were you able to log in?
Yep.
Okay, logged in. Okay. So, okay, great. So we go here to Brightspace. So everyone, let's go to Brightspace. We're going to be, as I mentioned last time, you have to have your login working. So hopefully that's all straightened out. If you don't, I can't help you with it. If it's a typing error, you got to kind of figure that out. If you don't have your password, I can't give it to you. That's something you got to figure out. And so we go out to here. Now you're going to notice that right here, I've got this. This says 26 SP. That means it's 2026 spring. CIT, which is Civil Instructional Technologies, I think is technically what it is, or Construction Informational Technologies, 112-180. So we click on this and it opens it up. And it says with Brennan. It uses my last name. That's pretty formal. But we go down here. Now, what we want to do right now is you take a look at this. I have these different modules. The welcome and start here, we talked about this last week. So if you're just new or you weren't here last week, this is where we've got like the CIS for right now. The what's due when, I got to update. I haven't had a chance, but I will get there. Let me go back to here. Now over here, Revit, getting a student license. If you want to get a Revit student license, it's free. You get a free student license because you have an MCC ID. So as long as you use that, you can get a free Autodesk license for any software. That means AutoCAD. Now, and I talked about this last time. Does anyone remember how much it costs to get an AutoCAD license for a year? $4,000. That's right. And the thing is, I have Revit, I have AutoCAD, I have Civil 3D, I have a whole bunch of them right now. I got a bundle. It's called, I think, the construction pack or something. Anyway, because I've been using it for so long and I kind of held out for so long, I pay a lot less, but you guys will pay nothing. Okay. All right. Now, moving out of there, we're going to go here to where it says, let's go down here. You see this, you're going to go down here to, I think it's Revit. Yeah, it's Revit Basics. So go down here to Revit Basics, open up Revit Basics, and you'll know it. You'll see there's an 11 next to it. And when you open up Revit Basics over here, what we want to do is right here, there's several different things here. And the one that we want is this one. See, it says Revit Modern Hotel Final right there. Revit Modern Hotel Final. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click this drop down here and we're going to go ahead and download it. So go here and we download it. So we do that. And that should be happening right now. If anyone's having an issue, please let me know. I want to make sure everyone stays with me right now. When I get into this, I like to kind of like walk us through all together. So if you need a hand, let me just go see, make sure everyone's there, because a lot of times people will not say anything. But just make sure everyone's there. And make sure everyone's there. All right, let's see here. Okay, all right. Okay, yes. And as you get into this, what you're going to do is you're going to be asked to log. It's going to ask for your login. Now, here's the thing. I mentioned this last week, but just to reiterate it, what we got going on right here is when you have an MCC email, that actually serves as this class's login for Autodesk products. So as long as you're logged in there, you just use that. And when it asks you for a login and a password, the Autodesk stuff is the same. So if it asks you, you're going to go ahead and put that in. I did mine last week, so mine's not being asked. But when you open it up, you're going to go ahead and as you do this, you're going to open up a product down here. And let me show you where it's at, okay? Because you're probably not seeing Revit. If you double click on that particular, okay, so let's go. Let me back up for a step here. Make sure we're all here. So we go here, and we go ahead and we go to Revit Hotel Final. We download it. Now, when you download it, you'll probably see it pop up here, okay? And what you can do for right now is you can just go ahead and click on this. So when you click on this, it should go ahead and open up Revit. And then when it goes ahead and opens up Revit, you're going to then see that it looks like this, okay? So everyone right now, I just want to see that. And then just leave it. Please don't, please don't leave it alone. See where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, that should not have to do that. So let's close out of there. Okay, let's see here. Let's try that again. Let's go down here and go to download. We may have to, okay, double click on it. And let's see what it says here. Because it should choose that line in. I'm going to change license type. I'm not sure if that's going to. Okay, go to switch user. Or continue. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. License manager. Okay. That's.
Is that for everyone?
I got that. So, yeah.
Is everyone getting that?
He's the only one.
He's on, okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So
They gotta put our emails. That's all.
yeah, it's saying license manager is put down. Okay. All right. Let's see here. There is a workaround. All right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I ran into this before. Let me see. It says open product. Let's see. That looks about right now. So, okay. Okay, Anastasia, let me sit down just for a second. Let me see if I can. You know what? Maybe I can do this. Yeah, just sit down. I think I can do this up from my console up here. Let's see if I can't take control of your machine here. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is because how many people were able to log in? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and this is not my fault, folks. This is something that has to do with the licensing that Autodesk does and the school's relationship therein. They're great about doing this. We had to resolve it last semester. I thought we'd be okay this semester, but the best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. Okay, so let me go over here. Let me just, what I can do is I can check out right here. I'm right now looking at your desktops right here. That's what I'm seeing right here. And let's see here. Some of you are not, it looks like some of you are not logged in, but that could be a delay in the system. Sometimes I get that. So let me just wait a second here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, let me go over here. Now, all right, I'm looking at yours right now, Anastasia. I'm looking at your screen. Okay, what we're going to do over here, Anastasia, for you is we're going to do this. Okay, opening the product. Let me do this if I can do this. Let's see here. if I can even do that. Okay, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to pop this down if I can. Oh, let me take over real quick. Well, Control C. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to go here. All right, I'm going to go over here to our, let's see if I can't make this work. Department apps. And we are in, okay, and for you guys that are seeing this right now, what you do is if you just go to your desktop and go to department apps here, this might resolve it. Let's all do this right now. Let's all go to our desktop. This is the black background, okay? Now that means you might have to minimize something. Minimize means you click this minus sign if on any window right here, so you see this black background. You want it, the black background is known as your desktop. And once you see that, all the department apps are located here under this folder. When you click on this folder, you'll see this right here. And our department is engineering technology. So we're going to go there. And then I'm going to go down here to Autodesk. And then I'm going to choose Revit 2025. That's where it is. So when I do this, do not choose the viewer. Do not choose the Revit viewer. That means it will not save anything. So I just double clicked on it. Let me give it a second. Sometimes when it's remote, it doesn't register. So we'll get there one way or another. There actually is a side door to get in, which we may have to take. So let me do this. Okay, there's Revit popping up right now. All right. Sign in with your Autodesk ID. That sounds good to me. Okay, connected to Autodesk. Okay, and so what you're going to do right now, okay, you're signed in. Okay, so we're going to open the product. So you're good. That's 5. Okay. Okay, we don't need that. All right, because we should be able to just go ahead and use your Revit. All right, because we were there, hopefully. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay, so Revit should be working now. Hopefully we're not just in a endless loop. No, we shouldn't have to do that. I hate this. Okay. Okay. License manager's not functioning as improperly installed. Revit will shut down now. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Those of you who have logged in, let me ask you a question. Those of you who did log in, did you already go ahead and create your own personal? That's why. That's why. You have access because you already did this. All right, so here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go through these steps right now of creating a student account. And you're all going to do this with me. Now, it's painless, okay? But what this means is this is what you're going to do. Since we're having an issue with the MCC licensing, and this is not the first time I've seen this, there's a little bit of a logjam there. We're going to do this. You are going to create your own Autodesk account right now. And when you do this, you're going to basically go in as a student, and then you're going to put in your information and say you want Revit. So let me show you how this works. I may have to now, because I've already done, I cannot do this step by step with you. I'll do the best I can, but let's go ahead and do this right now. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use Anastasia's desk as her desktop right here to show how this works. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to go out here, back out here to Brightspace. Let me close that here, get out of this and get it here because that's not working. So here's what you want to do. Everybody go out to here to the course home. Go to the course home and I'll walk you right through this. Go, please, if you're not with me, you're gonna have to tell me because there's a bunch of you and there's one of me. I really don't want to say this 15 times over. So please, if you're having issues, if you're sitting next to someone having an issue, please, for for the milk of human kindness, just help your neighbor if they're having trouble, please. All right. If you're going to want me to run around and do this 15 times, we're going to be here a long time. And I was hoping to get out of here early tonight, as you probably were too. So here we are right now. So over here, are you guys here right now? Is anybody not here? If anybody's not here, you have to tell me. All right. You're all here. Okay, good. So you're going to go here to Revit getting a student license. So click right on that. And when you click right here, you should be seeing this Autodesk student software site. There's only one link. Click on that link. Okay, we're getting started as a student. Now let's see here. So what we're going to do right here, we're going to create an account for students. And we're going to go down here. All right, if you've already have an Autodesk account, sign using the sign in icon. Okay, select the product you need. Okay, okay. Now I don't know whether this is really going to work just yet, because again, I'm guessing it's been a while since I've done this. Scroll down until you see this. You guys see this education products page? You guys see this? You see that? Okay, let's go ahead and let's click on that. Okay, here you are. Okay, now looks like you're already logged in here. Anastasia, you already logged in right now? You've already made your account? Oh, you just did it. Okay, great. Okay, so okay, now okay, since she already did that, you may be being asked to do this right now. So let's get it. Well, let me just go. I guess I'm gonna do this 15 times. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so now here's what we're gonna do. Let me start with you here. Now it says this, and so what you want to do is go ahead and click here on Revit. Click on select, and let's see what it does here. Okay, now. Okay, stop everybody, please. I gotta get everybody to do this. Okay, so what you want to do is, yes, click on student. Click on there. And yeah, so click right here on Revit. And then click over here on select student. All right, and just, okay. All right, so click on right there. And then select student on the left. Okay. All right. All right, select students, okay, all right. Anybody else need help on this before okay, so now the next thing you're gonna do here, now, yes, now, okay, thank you. Then you put in your email address, okay? You put in your email address and you're gonna make an account here. Let me just kind of follow along with you because, all right, you got that. Then you confirm your email address, yeah. Yeah. Doesn't it let you do that? Yeah, because they want you to type it, yeah. So you put in your email and then you confirm it. And then you agree. You agree to what they want. Then hit continue. And what it's going to do now you're going to sign in with your email. Let's try that. See what this does. Hit next. Okay. Okay, there it is. Now, okay, now for educational role, hit the drop down and choose student. And you got to put in your birth date. And okay, then hit continue. Ready? Okay, now for your school address, that is yeah, the school address, let me get that for you. I'm sorry, we have
School address.
Yeah.
no, it's the school address, not yours. So let me give you the school address, which I don't have memorized. Yes, okay, good. Thank you. Any help you can give me is much appreciated. Yeah, that's about right. Just New York, and then school information. It is a yeah university post secondary. Yeah. Yeah, monroeccc.edu, I think. Yeah. Yep. Just projecting. Just projecting. They might want you to pick it. Yeah, the comment slashes. Okay. Now, once you fill all the information, you continue, you're good to go. Click on submit at the upper right. Okay, your educational access is confirmed. Okay, good. Now that we've done that, okay, everyone should be able to go through that, and then it should tell you, did everyone get a confirmation that you are now confirmed? Does that know or yes? Okay. No, it's for the old community. And there is reports. You got when you think. You don't put slashes. It wants it, it's slash, so. Yeah, just pick much. Right, perfect. Submit. And okay, now, at this point, you should all be able to open Revit, yes. Knowledge. One. And then for this, you don't even need to put it. So, name, I don't. Let's go to graduation. Just click there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, just go ahead and I don't want to download it right now, so don't worry about that. Just go ahead and let's get you for okay, so we're gonna go here to our desktop. Go to the desktop and go over here to the part of the mask and always gonna go here. Like that's actually here enter the course. It's Autodesk. And then Revit 2025. And look at Revit. It's that one that should launch. That should launch without being and congratulations, you're just hacked your way through. Just go ahead. And all right, and the X up here. All right. Yeah, just one row CC. That's fine. Yes. Log in. Once you get logged in. It's your email and whatever your password is. And I do not have that. So we'll need that tonight. Yeah. Okay. All right. Lurching forward. Okay, good. All right, great. Okay. All right. Okay, and so Anastasia, what you want to do here now is let's go ahead. So, oh, great. I gotta reset. Okay, thank you. Going and make sure you're all set. So that last 20 minutes, for those that are on the video, sorry. It's the way it is, folks. We are cutting through red tape. It takes time. Okay, there we go. You should be good to go now, Anastasia. Okay, let's see here. Looks like you guys are moving forward. That's a good thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. One row CC. Doesn't it? Yes. Perfect. Great. All right. Go ahead. Here. And you take my contents here. And we'll turn that basics right here. That. So I'm just going to sign in here. And we'll see. Okay. Should be good. Should be good to go. And so, yes. Okay. Yeah, if you don't know your password, I can't help you there. I wish I could. So, that's not working for you. So, okay, no. All right, well then, I gotta get going. Start to keep going. It's on the video. Now that you have revenue, let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, let's get everybody. So now that we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to move on into this next thing. Okay, so going on to here, we go into this right now. So when we get into Revit, just kind of explain what's going on here. This is essentially the environment. It's essentially a fairly straightforward type of situation where you've actually got a big viewing area, which is where you can actually see your model. Okay, because this actually right here, this is one model, meaning that you don't have a bunch of different views, you have one. This is like if you had a Lego model. If you had a Lego model and you actually took that Lego model, you could take a look at it at an angle. But then you could take a look at it from the top down, okay? You could take it, hold it up here and look at it from the side, rotate it, okay? You can do that here too, and I'll show you how to do that right now. But it's essentially a model with a lot of information inside of it. So that means that this roof right here, that roof knows it's a roof. It knows that it has a certain thickness. It knows that the top of it may be a certain kind of material. It knows the square footage. It knows the walls it's connected to. So if I were to delete like this wall right here, not only would the wall go away, the roof would freak out because I'm not bound by anything. Once, the whole thing has this relationship. It's what's called parameters. Okay, so what happens is there's constraints built in. So it behaves like a real building. Okay, that's just what it is. So that means every wall knows it's a wall. Every window knows it's a window. Every door knows it's a door. Okay, if it's a desk, the desk knows it's a desk. And they behave like that through some primitive form of AI, but that's what they do. So to show you how this works now, this is where it gets interesting now. So when I'm teaching this, I always like to kind of do a little bit of tour of this. So first of all, the first thing you want to do is look at your mouse. Look at your mouse. On your mouse, there is a wheel, okay? Roll the wheel forward and you're going to zoom in. You roll in, you can zoom in. See, I'm zooming in really, really far here, and then you can zoom back out. That's what your mouse will let you do, okay? Zoom in and zoom out. But what if you want to move from side to side? Well, look at the wheel on your mouse again and hold it down. When you hold it down, it turns into this kind of four-sided cross thing. And you can drag it from side to side. That's known as panning. So you can pan and zoom. Please just pan and zoom right now for a few minutes just to get the feel for that. This is actually extremely important. I have a lot of students that they're kind of working. Mr. Brennan, I can't put a wall in. Okay. Why are you looking at it from outer space? Okay. So you roll in and you find it. You would be shocked how often I run into this. Okay. You just get in there and get your nose into the work. Okay. That's what you got to do. So you got to kind of zoom and pan to see it. Okay. That's just how that is. Okay. Now you may be saying, well, that's kind of a boring view. What if I want, is everyone with me so far? Anyone not with me? Okay. So now what you want to do is look at your keyboard. Now I'm assuming that you all have some basic computer knowledge, but just if you're not really familiar with this, there's a shift key on your keyboard. It says shift. Hold down the shift key and then hold down your wheel and you can rotate your building. Okay, just like this. You hold the shift key down, you hold down the wheel and you can rotate it. So just get the feel for that right now. Just go ahead and see that you can actually do that. Hold the shift key down, hold the wheel down, and just see if you can swivel it around. Okay. Okay. Anthony, that working okay for you? Is that working? Okay, good, good. And okay, looks like you guys are getting there. Sierra, that working okay? Okay, good, good, good. All right, good. All right. And if you have experience with these applications, thank you for your patience. I'm just trying to make sure I have a motto. I never leave a person behind, and I try not to, particularly in the early stages. So now that we're all seeing this, that's awesome. Okay, now let me go back to here and take a look at my screen right now. So with this right now, let's say the teacher, who happens to be me, says, okay, let's all go to the same view, the home view. And we might get, well, okay, I'm trying. I don't really know exactly where it was, maybe like that. But if you just hold your cursor up here, hold your cursor on top of this view cube. See that view cube there? Can you see the little house there that shows up? Little house right here, right there. Can you guys see that? Click on that, and that's your home view. All right. So there is always a way to get back to your starting point, just like that, which is what we just did there. All right. Some of you have not done that, so I don't want to call anybody out, but if you're not seeing that, it's actually located right here. So you hover your cursor over this cube, and this little house icon appears. You click on the house, and we'll all be back in the same view. Okay. Okay. Okay, good, good. Okay, so now we're good to go. Okay, so now that we've done that, we've got the very, very, very basics. We know how to look at something, but that's just scratching the surface. I want to show you something else now that's pretty interesting. I'm going to close out of this right now. We'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, now, when you're working in Revit, or frankly, any kind of construction project, you're going to want to look at that in more than one view. Okay, you're going to want to look at more than one view. And the most common view that you'd want to look at is actually a floor plan. A floor plan is where you're looking down, or you actually see the walls and the doors and windows from the top down. It's what I put up earlier with that hospital floor plan. In other words, over here, this is a floor plan. You're looking straight down at it. That's a floor plan. So we want to see our floor plans here. So to see our floor plans over here, this is known. Can you guys see what this says right here? Project browser. Now, that's exactly what it is. When you're working in any kind of project in Revit, you will actually use the project browser to navigate to the different categories. So you got floor plans, you got ceiling plans, 3D views, elevations, building elevations, and elevations, interior elevations. They're not the same. Sections, building section, sections, wall section, again, not the same. Detail views, drafting views, and a bunch of other things. Okay, so click on the plus sign right to the left of floor plans. Click on that and you'll see a listing of different items. So we'll go over here, we'll click on this plus sign, and we'll see a listing of items just like that. Now that we see this right here, you see that you got basement, floor one, and so forth. Well, what we're going to do right now, just to make this really, straightforward, let's go to floor one. So to do that, double click on floor one. And when you double click on floor one, you're going to see this. All right. And that's floor one. Okay. So floor one looks like this. Now, as you take a look at that, now this is where sometimes people have to kind of like get used to the whole thought of spatial relationships. Okay. We had seen the 3D building. Now we're looking at it top down. So just to kind of orient you a little bit, over here, this is what is known, this is that big glass area. And then when you see a big glass area like that, it goes from floor to ceiling. Anyone know what that's called? What's that? It's called a curtain wall. A curtain wall. So a curtain wall is new terminology, but a curtain wall is essentially what you'll see very often on banks. You'll see it on, they're going to have it next door. Okay, but this building has some curtain walls. Very often you see that, storefronts, stuff like that, so you see that, that's curtain wall. So this big curved area, that's your curtain wall you're looking down on. Over here, this is the front entrance. Now, this is a hotel. Now, with this hotel right now, as you take a look right here, here's the front door to the hotel. And over here, when you walk into a hotel, what do you have but the reception desk? Okay, so we have this. So you have this, you were looking at all this kind of stuff. You have stairs over here, you have an elevator here, an office here, and over here, this is a breakfast area. Have you ever, anyone here ever been to one of those hotels? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Well, yes, you're a softball person, so you actually would be the people down there in the morning eating breakfast. Okay, yes. But what happens is like, years ago, I got 4 kids. I've got 11 grandkids. 2 are in heaven. And when I would go different places with my 4 kids, we would always say, well, if we're going to go to a hotel, there's 2 things you got to have. Who here has kids? Anyone have kids? Okay, all right. Okay, if you have kids. Okay. Well, the go-to for having kids for us was there's only 2 things you had to have. Number one, had to have a pool. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The next thing you had to have is when you go down for breakfast in the morning, it had to have waffles. Had to have, yes, you had to have a waffle maker. So if you got that, you got it. You got the best hotel for a kid, you know. And so because kids eat all they want, and that's how that works. So you go down here, and this is the breakfast area where you go down there, and this wall is here. It's like a temporary wall, so that people don't see all the people eating. You know, so that's going on there. So then you have a kitchen, of course, a couple restrooms here, janitor closet, and so forth. So that's just kind of, you know, a typical floor plan of a hotel. That's what we have going on here. Now, there is a bunch of information on here that I might not want to see. Okay, I might not want to see. This is a section 1. Do I need that right now? And I might say, no, I don't need that right now. So I want to make it go away so you can hide it. So you can hide stuff. I'm going to show you how to hide stuff very easily. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take our cursor. Now, this is what's called a section line. Now, please notice there's a flag on this side and there is a head over here. Do not click on the flag. Do not click on the head. Click on the line. And when you click on the line, it turns blue and you'll see some arrows. That's how you know you have something selected. In Revit, it turns blue and you'll see some controls on it. Now, we have it selected. Now what we're going to do is we're going to right-click our mouse. So when you right-click your mouse, a shortcut menu comes up. And when you look at the shortcut menu, you're going to see up here that one of the choices is hide in view. And then you have a choice. And the choice is something I really want to spend a moment on because very often people don't read this. Okay, I just got done teaching at Wayne Finger Lake Bosse's, okay, and I just got done. And I'm teaching them AutoCAD, and I'm telling them how to use different commands. And they're just kind of clicking. It's not working. Mr. Brand, it's not working. All right, click. Now, there's words there. You know how to read, right? You can read, you know, yeah, okay. What does it say? Type in a distance. Yes. Type in a distance now. All right. You type that in. Right? And so you read. This is the secret. This is the secret to using software. Now, if you and saying that may sound like I'm being kind of smug or kind of smarmy, but I don't mean to be. I mean, I've had students who literally have had dyslexia, and they honestly can't read it. If that's your case, then we can talk about that. That's certainly it's different. But if you can read, then reading is going to make you successful here. Okay, if you choose to just go through and I'm clicking, nothing's happening, it's going to be a long slog for you until you simply realize it's going to win all its arguments. The software was written, it's going to win the fight. So just give up, take the time. Don't be an impatient American. Just read what it says, understand what it says. That's the other thing. You have to read it and understand it, and then you can move up there. So over here, you click on hide view. Now, here's the thing. What do I want to hide? Do I want to hide just that particular, when it says element, it means, do you want just one of these? Or do you want all of them? All right. Elements is just one of them. Category is all of them. Well, I don't need to see any of them. So choose category. And this is the way it always works. Okay, so you go to category, and when you go to category, they disappear. Wow, isn't that cool? Okay, so you're able to take items and that easily make them disappear. And now, are they gone forever? No, you can bring them right back. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Now, here's another thing I might not want to see. These over here, these are called elevation markers. Elevation markers, what they do is this is actually when you're looking at a building, you use what are known as elevation views. Okay, so it's basically saying, I'm looking at this building from this particular vantage point. Okay, that's what that does. And so therefore, this one when I would pull this up, it would show me this view, show me what this looks like. That's how elevations work. I don't want to see this right now. That's not what I want to see. So we'll do the same thing here. Let's click on this elevation marker. When you click on it, it's going to show you some stuff. Don't worry about it. Just leave it alone and right click. And we're going to do exactly what we did before. We go up to hide and view, and we're going to go to category again. Hide and view and category again. And now those disappear. Seeing a pattern? Okay, so this is how it always works. Now the next thing, okay, talk about a few other things. Now, what else do we have here? What else can we get rid of? That would make this a little bit more sense. Okay, now, next thing you've got in Revit and also just in floor plans and blueprints in general is you have tags. Okay, now what do tags do? Tags give you information about what you're looking at. Okay, so for instance, this is a wall tag, meaning that this tag right here, if you click on it, it will actually report back the information about that particular wall. What type of wall is it? How tall is it? Stuff like that. Also, you can very often get a cost for that particular chunk of the wall. But over here, you got this right here, and then you also got, these are door tags right here, you got door tags. And you also have some other tags. So let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead over here. Let's go over here. Let's grab this tag right here. It looks like a diamond. That is a wall tag. Click on that right there. Let's click on that one. And when we click on that one, we'll have the same thing. When we click on it, it does the same thing. You click on it, tells me it's a wall tag. And if I right click on it, I can go to hide and view, and I can go to category. And when you go to category, they all disappear again, just like that. So now that we've done that, we've just gotten the tags out of the way. Now, the wall tags. Now we want to get rid of one of our door tags. So to do this, let's zoom in down here to lower left corner. Lower left corner is right down here. Lower left corner is down here. You'll see the west stairs here, and you'll see a couple doors, and you have tags right here. And the tag on the left is 110B. The one on the right is 110A. So we don't want to see those either. So what we're going to do is hover your cursor over the edge. When you hover your cursor over the edge, you'll see a rectangle light up. Go ahead and click on it. And then you're going to right click, hide and view, category. All right, we do that. And then those are not visible anymore. All right. And let's see here. We'll do, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of these. Now, these right here, these are grids. Okay, this is a grid. Now, over here, when you are working in floor plans, what will happen is you will very often have grid lines. Okay, the grid lines look like this. And the grid lines essentially are alphanumeric, which means over here, you've got an A. Over here, you got an A, and over here, you got a 1. So this intersection right here, that'd be column A1 right there. And is there a column there? No, columns are turned off, so I'll turn the columns on. So go to A, turn those on. Okay, and right here, that would be column A1 right there, because that's at the intersection. Over here, this would be A2 and so forth. So that's what that does. Again, just kind of explaining this stuff. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the line for D. Click on the line for D and right-click your mouse, and we're going to go to hide and view, and we're going to go to category. And once we've done that, we've got a pretty clean view here. There's really probably only one more thing we might want to get rid of, and that's window tags, okay? So we'll do the same thing. So now that we got rid of that, we'll go to window tags. So to do this, these are window tags. So click right, so find this right here. There's a diamond up here at the upper left with the number 1. So click on that. You're going to right-click your mouse again, hide and view, and category. I'm deliberately being repetitive, okay? I'm deliberately being repetitive because I want you guys to get a sense of success here. So we go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we have now taken this drawing and stripped it down to some very basic elements. And that's a part of what you do in Revit. Now, let me kind of just report back one more thing. Because as you're working with Revit, you can control what you don't see. You can also control what you do see. So let's say you come into this plan and you're a person who's actually very interested in the column grid. Well, I'm not seeing it right now. So I may say, well, this Revit plan is incomplete. It doesn't have a grid plan. And I would be wrong. I'm just looking at it. I have to have a way to make stuff show up that's actually been hidden. And there is a way. Now, if you take a look at the very bottom of the Revit screen down here, you're going to see right down here, there's a blue light bulb. You guys see that right down there, that blue light bulb? Click on that blue light bulb. And when you click on that blue light bulb, what's going to happen is it's going to look like my screen does right here. You click on that, Now, this can be very intimidating. What's all this red stuff, you know? Okay, it's red because it's hidden. Okay, so what that's saying is like, oh, everything you see in red, that's hidden. You want to see what's hidden, that's what's hidden. Do you want to see something? Well, if you want to see something, you click on it and then you tell it to unhide, unhide the category. So what we do is we go up here and up here under D, let's just click the line under D. Click the line under D. So we click the line under D, which is right here. Click on the line under D, and then right-click your mouse and go down here to unhide in view category. And you do that, and now in this view, is the grid still red? No. Okay, so now how do we get back to the other view? How do we get off this red menace? How do we get out of here? Click the same light bulb. It's now yellow. Okay, so click the same light bulb, and now you're here, and it looks like this. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, now I'm deliberately going slow on this to make sure that this is kind of like, this is making some sense. I know that this is a lot, and that's how we go about doing that right there. Okay, looks good, everybody. You guys are nailing it. This is good. Okay, you guys are doing great. So now that we've done this, there's more than one way to see a plan than just looking into than just looking at the floor plan. Okay, so this is a floor plan. As I said, we're going to be getting done what I said we're going to get done. All right, so we have this right now. So let me do a couple other things, and then we're going to jump into drawing this room out. Okay, so over here, what we're going to do is let's go over here and let's see. Let me turn on my spotlight. Can you guys see this red spotlight? Okay, that helping? Okay, let's go over here. Now, over here, I've got this floor plans. If I click the minus sign here, it collapses that. Okay, open and close. You click on that, it goes like this. And then what I want to do is I want to go here to elevations. Click the plus sign to the left of elevations. So find elevations, click the plus sign to the left. And let's right now, let's go over here and let's choose south. Go down to south. And when you double click on south, this is the front entrance. All right. That is the front entrance. South. We choose south. All right, that is the, I'm watching your screens right now. You might have to double click on it. All right. Okay. And there's a slight delay on this, so I'm looking at your screens, waiting for everyone to get caught up. And let's see here, make sure everyone's there. Okay, good. So now that we got that, we're looking at this. Now, as you take a look at this, you might look at that and you might say, well, okay, that's okay, but it's kind of boring. There's no color. All right, this is kind of a boring looking thing. Now, you may say, who cares? It's a set of blueprints. Well, this is Revit. It's more than a set of blueprints. You can actually do more than that. Okay, now let me show you something. We're learning the interface. Now, one of the cool things you can do is down here, please turn your attention. Can you guys all see this down here where I'm pointing? Can you guys see this kind of sort of? Crane your necks as best you can. But down here, these are your view controls down here. Oh, this is view control. So it is. We use this light bulb. That's a view control thing. So furthermore, over here, you've got some really interesting things over here. Do you guys see this cube? Look down here and find the cube. Click on the cube, and it's going to give you some choices. Click on the cube, and it's going to list out some choices. I'll show you what I mean by this. So we click on this, and it gives you this. Can you guys all see? It says graphic display options. Can you see that? Okay. Now, at the very under the banner graphic display options, what is the first choice?
Wireframe.
Wireframe. So let's click on wireframe just to see what it looks like. So click on wireframe. What do you think? Helpful or not so helpful? No, I'd say that's a dud, Spud. So let's click on this again, and let's choose hidden line. Hidden line. And that's what we just had. Okay, so again, we're looking for the other choices. Let's go down here again and go to the cube again. And by the way, this view, this hidden line right here, is the most common view that you would use if you're just kind of like putting together a set of blueprints. Now, the next one down here is shaded. Click on shaded. And now the Revit, the Revitization starts to show up. That shows right here. Now, just if you're not seeing this right now, let me point it out. This is called shaded. And remember, this is a curved curtain wall, and this is showing us that dark shading where that actually would actually be kind of bending around. So that's what you're seeing right there. So that's shaded. Let's do this one more time. Let's click this here and let's choose consistent colors. Now, consistent colors is like shaded, only it's using less video card. Now, this is going to be our default. When we're, yes. Okay.
You have to take a little.
Oh, really? Okay, so this is so okay, here's your, let's see. Okay. Use a different machine next time. All right, the is that coming on? Yeah, that's I'm just dealing with this with the high school students too. This is such a right. You're $100 was. Oh, you used it last time, huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, okay, you reached out. Okay. Are we again? Let's see if it does. Let's go out again. Okay, there we go. Okay, and so yeah, so we just click. Okay, so we're good to go. Okay, so now that is right here, right now, that's consistent colors. And so that one right there is kind of our go-to. All right, now the last couple are where we get into kind of like low-level rendering. So down here again, we're going to click on the cube again and click on textures. Now, when you click on textures, the game gets up a little bit because now we're looking at is actual textures, actual brick materials. There's a materials library that is using Revit that actually shows you stuff. What's that? Yeah, oh, it gets better. It gets better. So yeah, now just so you can see how this works, zoom into the brick, just zoom into the wall, and you'll see that there's really nice brick. Okay, so if I zoom into here, look at this. See that right there? So you got a really nice brick finish when you zoom into it. Okay, so it's actually showing you brick, and it's even showing you staggered courses of brick. Pretty cool. All right.
They even show the foundation, like the concrete blocks.
Yeah, they do. And the thing is, so the detail is absolutely kind of crazy. And it's even weathered, you know? All right, there we go. So you've got that going on. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So you can zoom out again. And when we zoom out again, I'm just going to zoom out here. Now, let me give you a little trick here. To zoom out and to kind of get a consistent view, double click the wheel. And when you double click the wheel, it kind of gives you what's called zoom all. And it kind of gives you that. So it's just a quick way to do that. Now, the very last view is called realistic. And this is where it basically says, okay, you asked for it. So let's click this one more time and go to realistic. Now, this may take a few seconds or more to actually do this, but it's going to go ahead and crunch, and hopefully no one's machine will crash. But it does this. It now gives you a bit more. No, so now what this is doing now, this is giving you, now you're seeing the glass, you're seeing actually through the glass into the building, okay? So this is the kind of level we're going to be getting to with this. Is that making sense there? Can I?
Yeah, it's just I'm just fascinated.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're just scratching the surface. This is just okay. It gets a whole lot better. Okay, so now that we've got this, we see that this is where we're going, and this isn't even rendered. When you render this stuff, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, and this is how you sell stuff. Okay, this is how you sell stuff. And you go to a customer and you say, hey, it's going to look like this. Like, oh wow, okay, that's great. Okay, so now that we got that, that is how we have that going here. So now, that is an introduction to Revit. Now, the other things that we're going to be doing here, I'm going to be bringing you through on a mouse click by mouse and faces because I want to get this done at the very latest. I'm going to shoot for Q2. I'm going to try to end a little few minutes early. So for right now, to close out of a view, notice that you've got these tabs right here. Can you guys see these tabs right here? You got 1, 2, 3 tabs. First of all, go over here and click on the 3D tab. When you click on the 3D tab, you're back to here. All right. And then in the same way, you can go over here to floor 1 and click on there, and you're looking at that. And you can go to south and click on that, and you're looking at the different views. So all these views are available at any given time. You can say, I want to see this, I want to see that, I want to see the other thing. You know, you can do that. So we do that. Now, to close out of these views, you see the X? X is the universal. Close this thing. And so we click the X we click the X, and then we have this one right here. And I don't think it's going to let us close. Well, you click the X there. When you click the X here, it says, oh, you have stepped to the point where you got to make a decision. Okay. And they're saying, like, okay, if you close this view, there's nothing open, which means you're going to close the whole project. Do you want to save it? It'll always ask you, which is really cool. Okay. So Revit is one of those kind of packages that I've been very, very satisfied with because it doesn't crash. It really doesn't. So if it asks you, you got to make a decision right now. Do you want to save these changes? In this case, just go ahead and choose no. We need to save the changes. So click on no. So we'll click on no, and that is all we're going to do right here. Now, let's do this. We are going to at least take the first few steps. I hope everyone got their USB. If you do not have your USB with you, there is a way still to save your work, which I will show you. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. Now, at this point, we are going to draw this room. So to do this, we have to have a template. And the template's going to have the information that we need to get started. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here and let me do this. Okay, I'm going to turn these all on. And to do this, we're going to go back to Brightspace. So Brightspace is out here. So go out to Brightspace. We're back out to here. Okay, so again, down here, if you click, you see this right down here, it's got this kind of swirl at the bottom of your screen. That's Edge. That's the default browser that is used by the school, Microsoft's. Okay, so we go there. Okay, so when you go here, let's go over to the classroom project. Can you guys see classroom project here on the left? Click on classroom project. And when you click on there, it should look like this. Let me make sure everyone's there. Just go to there and then just wait till I've got everybody there. Classroom project. So click on the classroom project. I want to make sure we're all there before I go any further. Okay, I think we're all there. Okay, I think we are. Okay, good. So now what we're going to do is this. Okay, so now look at the classroom project. What I do, this is something I've been telling my students, my juniors and seniors. And may I just say, I am so glad you aren't juniors and seniors. I'm so glad. I should not even tell you. It's something else. But anyway, I do love them. I care about them. But my goodness, wow, that's something else. And so we go into here, and what we want to do every time I give you a project, I'm going to give you a template. Now, a template is essentially where I give you a blank drawing, but I put in all the cool stuff you're going to do. Okay, so a template essentially gives you a big head start. If you just start with a blank, nothing, well, you're going to have to put all the stuff in and search for it, and it's going to be a pain. And Mr. Brennan, how do I do this? Where are the stairs? Where's this? We don't do that. So rather than do that, we're going to do this. This is a CAD classroom template. Now, to do this, you click the chevron. That's actually a chevron next to it. And when you click the chevron, we take a look at what we have available here. And what we have available here, I'm going to go here and go to download. So click on download and then stop. Do not click on it. Do not click on it. I want to teach you something here. If you double click on it, it's going to make things confusing for you. I'm trying to save you pain, okay? So we don't do it that way. We don't double click on templates. We double click, okay, let me explain something else here. Can you guys see this right here where it says RVT? Can you guys see that? That's what's known as a file extension. This might be new to you, but a file extension is actually where the actual category of this particular file is revealed, okay? RVT is a Revit project. RTE is a Revit template. All right, RTE, Revit template, RVT, Revit project. Okay, so that's what that is. So there is a difference between the two. Now, it's not the end of the world if you were to double click on a template. It's not like, oh no, everything's ruined. I can never save it. Well, you just have to save it as a template, start a new project, use that. You can't get around using a template, but then you have to use that as your template and then save it as a project. So what happens is I usually have students that totally go into freak out mode and they melt down. I'm trying to prevent that, okay? So that's why I'm telling you to do it this way. So now we've downloaded. Can you guys all see this up here? It says CAD Classroom RTE. Can you all see that? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and open up a Revit project. So to do this, now please notice, and I don't know how many of you are brand new to Windows, but down here at the bottom of your screen, this is known as your taskbar in Windows, okay? I think Apple does the same thing, but down here you have all these. Can you guys see this R at the bottom? That's Revit running right now. So just click on it. You don't have to start another session of Revit. If you start another session of Revit, it's going to confuse you. So just click right there, and this pops us into Revit. Yours will look different because these are all the last final exams of my students. Okay, so that's what's populated there. But now we're going to want to do is we want to start a new project using our classroom template. So to do this, over here it says Revit 2025. Here it says models. Here it says new. Now we don't want this. You want to go here, new, right there. So click on new, and it says this, new project, and it says template file. Ah, okay, so this is what we're going to do. You're going to go over here and click on browse. Browse is right here, so click on browse. And it's going to pop you out to here, and that's not where we want to be. This is a collection of default Revit templates. They're great. They're not what we want right now. So we're just going to go over here and go down here. You see over here, these are shortcuts right here. And so what you're going to do is going to go down here where it says desktop. Double click on desktop, or single click will work. And then when you've done that, you're going to go over here to where it says downloads. Can you guys see this? Click on downloads, and might have to double click. Yeah, double click. Okay, then can you guys see CAD Classroom up here? All right, that's your template. So you click on that, and then you click open or double click on it. Either will do it. And it's going to do this. It's going to say you have a new project. Here's your template file. Then just go ahead and click on OK. And it starts up and looks like this. You guys with me? Okay, let me just check it. Verify you all are there. All right. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're just about all there. And again, there's a little bit of a delay here, so I'm just watching your screens. You're going like, okay, good. All right, now here's where we start. Okay, so over here, we want to put inside this area. We're looking down right now. We're looking down at our area, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to draw this room up. Now, I'm going to do this, and I know that you brought some stuff in here right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a couple of measurements right now. So let's see here. So I've got this right here. This is my disco. Okay, so this is how you would typically go about it if you were low tech and didn't have expensive equipment. All right, so which I was at the time. I never bought the high end stuff, but at the time this was pretty high tech. So this right here is a disco. This is the actual model that we measured Woodhull with. Someday it'll be in the Smithsonian in the facilities documentation wing. Okay, not really. Okay, but anyway, over here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to touch this right here. I'm going to click on this. So I click on that, click on it again, and okay, read me that value. What's that say? Yeah, 28 feet, 11 and a half inches. Okay, so 28 feet, 11 and a half inches. Pretty cool. Okay, we're not lying. See, it actually says that. Yep. All right, so it actually says that. All right. You guys want to see it? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to write that down, okay? Because I don't want to forget. You always want to make sure you document this stuff. So we'll go ahead and we'll say 28 feet, 11 and a half inches, okay? So, nominally 29 feet if you didn't really kill that 29 feet essentially. Now, we're going to go over here and I'm going to do it again. So now what I want to do is I want to go from front to back. I go here again, I go here and I measure here, I hit there, and I hit the back wall. I hit it, and that tells me right here, what do I got? 30 feet, 9 and a quarter inch. 30 feet, 9 and a quarter inch. So, again, if I was going to round it up, it'd be 31, but I'm going to say 30 feet, 9 and a quarter. So 30 feet, 9 and a quarter inch. Okay. So essentially what you got though, if I was actually doing this for a customer, I would use exactly those dimensions. But since I'm teaching you guys and it's your first night, we're going to make this really easy. We're just going to go ahead and make it 30 by 30. 30 feet by 30 feet. Okay. And that'll be sufficient for our purposes. That's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to make it 30 feet by 30 feet. Now, here's where I'm going to show you how to draw your first Revit stuff. Okay. And this is what we're going to do. So this is how we're going to start. Now, we might not get done tonight, but we're going to at least get the walls and probably the flooring and stuff like that. Okay. So over here, here's what we're going to do. So in this area, I want to put in the walls. Now, over here, take a look at what is happening in Revit over here. Over here, you got build. And under build, you have wall, door, window, component. And components are essentially computers, desks, chairs, all that kind of stuff. Columns, roofs, ceilings, floors, curtain systems, that's your curtain walls, curtain grid mounts, you get the idea. And then you got circulation, which is stairs and so forth. We're just going to concentrate on this right now. So where it says wall, click the little triangle underneath. And when you click the little triangle underneath, there's several different choices. There's wall architectural, there's wall structural, there's wall by face. Since this is an inside room, it's just a architectural wall. So just click on the first one, wall architectural, and then stop. Okay, I want to point something out. Now, what's happening here is now we're being given a choice. Now we're in this place right now where we can actually begin to work this out. And what I'm going to do before I go any further is I have actually prepared these steps for you in a painstakingly precise fashion. And I'm going to give them to you right now so that you know where we're at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I printed 20 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I will make this available on the YouTube link. And we'll go through these step by step. And we may get up to maybe step 7 or something, but let's get as far as we can. And I'm going to stop. I'm not going to go too long tonight. So we're going to do this. Okay. So this is actually how we put this together. Okay. So now, I'm going to do this and over here and here. Let's review. Okay. Put a sign on it, you know? Then it will all you do sit here, right? And okay, here we go. These first 2 steps, like that. And we're going to move on to here. Okay, so now that we have these, let me just kind of take a look at this sheet I just gave you. This is a CAD classroom project. Step number 1, download template from Brightspace. Done. Step number 2, open Revit. Done. Step number 3, create a new project. Done. Step number 4, browse to the CAD classroom template. Done. We're now on step number 5. Step number 5. So let's go ahead and do this together. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over here and we started the wall. We started this right here. So we started the wall command and okay, let's read step number 5. Start the wall command, change wall top constraint up to level 2. Now, what does that mean? Well, what it means is you have choices. When you are working with Revit, you can tell it how tall a wall do you want. Do I want a wall like I saw in my hotel that's going up, 9 stories? Or do I want a wall that is just maybe this tall, maybe 10 feet tall? And so over here, what we're going to do is we look here. And so essentially, we have a few different things. The wall center line, that just means we're going to draw it and we're going to basically center it. We're going to say the base constraint is level 1 and the top constraint where it says unconnected, I'm going to click to the right of the word unconnected. Click to the right of the word unconnected. And when you click to the right of the word unconnected, you're going to find a couple of choices. So I click right down here and there's a little chevron. Click the chevron. When you click the chevron, it shows you here. Can you guys see it says up to level 1 or up to level 2? Choose up to level 2. And what that does, that's going to give us a 10-foot wall. You will understand a little bit better later. Okay, so we've got that. Now what we're going to do is now step number 5, start the wall command, change the wall top constraint. Now we're going to draw the walls. I didn't put that step in. We're going to do that right now. So to do this, we're going to go. Now watch this. This is all we're going to do. I'm going to show you how easy this is. Before we begin to click and draw stuff, and by the way, if you already started, press your escape key to end it, okay? If you get into trouble, press your escape key. Once or twice will get you out of any command, okay? So just like in real life, when trouble arises, escape. Not really. We soldier on. Okay, now up here at the top, can you see this right here? This says line. And can you see that line is highlighted right now? It's blue. What is this right here?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Okay, now this room, we said we're going to do 30 by 30. We're cheating, but we're going to make this a 30 by 30 foot rectangle. Okay, so we're just going to make it real easy. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. Click on rectangle. Now, when you click on rectangle, it's actually telling you what to do. Now, you may be saying, I don't see where it's telling me what to do. Let me show you where it's telling me what to do because it's not gonna, well, actually, did you guys see that? Just showed up in a second. Yeah, okay. It'll show up actually next to here. It kind of like is what's called a command prompt. And so it kind of shows up. But if you ever can't see it, can you guys see this down here? All right. What does it say? Can you read?
Yep.
There you go. All right. Now you can do Revit. You can read. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now, so enter the starting point of the rectangle. Now, what that means is you're going to pick point one and you're going to put the opposite side of the rectangle. So you choose clicks. That's all you do. So just go ahead. I'll show you how. Just watch me and you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to go right here. You're going to pick a point roughly down here. You're going to click here and then go like that. Just click 2 points. It doesn't matter what they are. Don't worry about the length. Just put in a rectangle and then press your escape key to release it. Press your escape key twice. Now, once you've drawn a rectangle, it's going to look like this. Now, notice that my ribbon is white. If yours is still green, press your escape key one more time. Because what will happen is when you work with Revit, you always have to make sure you are no longer in a command. Now, what do I mean by this? It's kind of like driving a manual, which no one probably knows how to do anymore. But these are these things called manual shift cars, and what you would do is, and you were always, if the car was started, you're always doing something. Okay, you're either neutral or you're in a gear. Okay, that's just how that is. Okay, so Revit's kind of the same way. So if this up here is white, that means you're in neutral. If it's green, you're in a gear. Green means go. That means if your ribbon up here is green, that means you're still doing something. So, rule number one when you're learning Revit, when you get done with something, press your escape key twice, verify that you're in neutral, your ribbon is white, then proceed. Okay, if you don't, this is where most of my students start to get frustrated because they're saying, well, it won't stop making walls, it won't stop doing this. I know, I went through it too. I'm telling you, just press your escape key a couple times, end it, just end it, okay? And then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so now that's done. All done. Now, let's examine it. Let's see if it really did that. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to show you something really cool. Now, and I'm going to have to end here. We're not going to finish that, but which is okay. Up here, do you guys see this house up here? Okay, again with the house. Okay, house symbology is all over. Okay, because that's what we all think of when we think of dwellings. Okay, go ahead and click on that house. And when you click on the house, it's going to give you an isometric view or a 3D view. So you click on the house and boom, it does that. Can you guys see it now? Okay, now what that is, what this is right now, this is that room. It's a 30-foot by 30-foot room, all right? Okay, nothing in it yet, but we're gonna kind of dress it up a little bit. We're gonna get some stuff going on here. So you went ahead and do that. That works okay for you? Okay, good. So now that we have that, that's essentially, and I'm not gonna worry about all the ceiling and stuff. I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna keep it simple. Now that we've done that, let's go back to level one. Remember, we can click on the tab. So click on the tab right here, and you're back to level one. All right, now we're going to put in a floor. And because it's a cold night, we're going to put in a carpeted floor. Okay, why not? And we'll kind of make this a little warmer space. Okay, we could use any kind of floor we want. We're just going to put in a carpeted floor. So to do this, it's again really easy. Okay, to do this, we go over here. And we go to, you guessed it, floor. So you go to floor and just click on the floor. Just click right on floor. When you click on floor, it pops up here. Now let's see what it's got. What it is describing as a floor right here is this is a floor with a wood truss. It isn't really, I know I'm taking some liberties here, but it's wood truss, joist 12 inches, carpet finish, okay? We're just gonna use that, okay? Like this is a standalone room, maybe in an office building or something. So that's what we're gonna do. So we have that. Now, that is what it is. Now, the level is level one. There's nothing else to really deal with right now, so we're good to go. So what we're gonna do right now is we're going to use our rectangle again. Now, when you use your rectangle, you're gonna go from the outside corner here to the outside corner there. So we choose rectangle and go outside corner to outside corner. So we go over here to rectangle, which is right here, rectangle, and it asks you to pick the first point, which is right here, and we go over here and click there, and we do that. And when you do that, it's going to look something like this. Now, once you've got that, you're kind of in a place right now where Revit is now in a place like it's asking you now, what you want to do. And here's how it asks. Whenever you're making a boundary, and this is true for floors, it's true for ceilings, it's true for roofs, it's true for a lot of things. If you go to wall profile, you can either choose the red X to abort, I don't want this, or you can choose the green check mark to say, I do want this. So click the green check mark. And when you click the green check mark, it will actually complete it. Hit the green check mark and then press your escape key. You press your escape key, you're back in neutral. All right. Press your escape key, you're back in neutral. If you don't press the escape key, you're going to be drawing another floor. Okay. And we don't want to draw another floor because we only need one. Now let's see what it looks like. Let's go over here to 3D. Over here's 3D. Click on 3D and it looks like that. You guys are with me so far? Now let's zoom in a little bit because that looks pretty plain. So let's turn on a little bit of pizzazz. Let's go down here. Remember this right down here? This is your visual style. Remember this right here? Click on this and choose realistic. And you choose realistic, it looks like that. What's that?
That's great.
Yeah, and if you zoom in, you can see the carpet pile. See that? So yeah, it's a lot of detail. All right, how are we doing here so far? You guys with me? Anyone? Let me look and see. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Jennifer, do you need a hand right there? Okay. All right. All right. One thing about that. What's that?
I'm behind a couple of minutes on your screen.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Okay. And then let's see here. Okay. Okay. Aiden, how we doing there? It looks like you got a little, I'm not sure if you're freestyling or did that just kind of get out of control here? What's that?
Just the.
Oh, okay, all right, all right. Okay, oh yeah, okay, you that's just a perspective thing. Okay, I guess. Okay, so now, all right, we all have this. Let's go back. Okay, and now I got it. Okay, now I got people freestyling right now, and I'm trying to keep us all in the same place, but I guess I gotta deal with that. So let's see where everyone's at. All right. Okay, how we doing here? Okay, all right, let's see here. Okay, where's Elisha? Okay, let's get your floor in here, okay? Let me just jump in there. And I can take it over from here. So I'm just gonna go out to here and I'm just gonna go here and hit the green check mark. Okay, it doesn't like something here, so we're just gonna go ahead and quit sketching and we'll discard the floor. All right, now what happens here is if this happens, and the first time I first started working with the floor, same thing happened to me. But here's what you want to do. You go from the level one right here, and somehow it's got these in here. I'm not sure what happened there. So let me just do this. Let me just go ahead and get rid of that. And so the walls, what we do here is the walls, we go to wall. And then what we do here is that's perfect. And then we use rectangle. We go from here to there and roughly like about like that. And okay, and that's it. Press the escape key. And then we go to floor. And when we go to floor, we're just going to go ahead and use the same thing, which is go from here. Come on now, that should grab that. And did it? I don't know if it did or not. Okay, right there. Hit the green check mark. We're good to go. And somehow that didn't really like that, but we'll fix it. All right, and I don't know why, but we will align it. Sometimes the different machines are a little bit slow and stuff, so sometimes you run into some issues with that, and I apologize if that's happened. But you've got this right here, and let's kind of go into 3D view right there. So we got that. Okay, there we go. So we're good to go. And then well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop viewing. Okay, so we're going to go there. Now I'm going to go back over to here. Now that we all have this view right here, what we're going to do, take a look at this in 3D. We're going to save this, okay, so we don't lose anything. Now, to save it, you're going to go up here. Here it says File. Click on File, and then go down here. Now, File, just so you can see it, is right up here at the upper left. Click on File, and then go down here, and there's a Save As Project. Save As and Project. So click on Save As Project. Go to there. If it says Save As Template, we'll save it as a template, okay? But just you want to save it as a project. If it's there, if it says save as template only and project's not available, it's because you double clicked on the template, which we talked about. Now we'll have to go through the extra step, but that's okay. Now over here, what you want to do is you want to put it on your desktop. So over here, you want to, if you guys are seeing this right here, can you guys see the desktop right here? Okay, so you click on desktop right there. And then what you're going to do, and this is all going to be on the video, at least it should be. And now what you're going to do here is on your desktop, you're going to name this one CAD Classroom, all in capitals. So anyway, CAD Classroom with your last name like this, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put a number behind mine because I've done this many, many times. So just go ahead and do that. So CAD Classroom space dash space, your last name all in capitals. And then just go ahead and click on save. And that's going to save that. So we're good to go. All right. And that is good. Did anybody not get their saved? If you didn't get your save, let me know. I can help you with that. Okay, because you don't want to lose this work. Okay. All right, so it looks like you're all set there. Very good. And so save it to your desktop. And now what we'll do is before we finish off for tonight, and again we're running out of time here. We've got about 20 minutes. That's not. We'll take it one step further. But one thing you want to do is if you have a USB, if you have your thumb drive, you want to have that handy. And you want to save it on your thumb drive. Okay. If you don't know how to do that, please see me. I'll be happy to show you how to do that. The other way to do this is you just email it to yourself. Okay. If you just go in and you go into your MCC email and find that file and mail it to yourself, there's a copy there, and you'll have no problem. Okay. You can also mail it to me. That way, I have a copy, you've got a copy, everyone's happy. Okay. And that way you won't lose it. I don't want you to lose your work right now. Okay. So so far so good. I think we're getting there. Okay. So let's do this now. Now that we've done that, let's just so we went ahead and save that. So what we'll do right now, let's go back over to here, and we'll just kind of go a little bit further here. And what we're going to do now is, now that we've done that, we're just going to put a door in, and we'll call that. Yeah, I think we'll call that, and I don't think we can fit too much more. So now let's back in this view right here. What we want to do, everybody, is we want to go over here to where it says level 1. So click on level 1. Click right there on level 1. Now, when you click on level 1, well, the only thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure this door. Now, I've done this many, many times, so I actually know the size of the door, but just so you guys know I'm not lying, I'm going to go ahead and measure this. And so if I go here and measure this door, who's got a guess? We know what size it's door is. 36. 36, yes. We're on and it's perfectly centered in the wall. So if I go ahead and pull this, it actually, the door swing goes this way. Okay. Door swings matter. Okay. Door swings, they can swing out, they can swing in, they can swing this way, they can swing that. So this is how this one is. This one's swinging this way. I'll leave it that way so you guys can see it. Now, all we're going to do now, we're just going to put a door in. We're going to be done. Now, the way we're looking at this, because of the way I'm looking at this right now, I'm going to orient this so that this is the front of the room. That is over there. Does that make sense? All right. And we're going to go and put the door there. Now, to put the door there, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go to, you guessed it, door. Click on door. So we'll click on door. Now, this door right here is a single flush door. It doesn't have glass in it. But you know what? We're just going to put it in as it is. So this is a 36 by 84 inch door. That's the default. So go ahead and just go ahead and click on it and then bring it over here. Now, it's going to give you the universal not allowed sign until you touch a wall. Once you touch a wall, can you guys see it now? So what you're going to do is you're going to take it, and if you just kind of like move it down the wall a little bit here, it's going to automatically find the halfway point. See that? 30'9" on each side, because, well, mine's 30'9", and the reason why, because mine's too large. So what we're going to do right now, just go ahead wherever it comes up. Yours is going to be different, and then we're going to fix the walls and we'll be done with it. So find. Are you guys seeing that it actually kind of finds a center? Okay, click there and just leave it. Okay, and then press your escape key twice. Press your escape key twice. Now, the one thing we didn't do is make the walls 30 feet by 30 feet. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, so to do this, we're going to go ahead, we're going to zoom out a little bit, and then make sure that your ribbon is white. If it's green, press your escape key. All right, now click on this wall here. Now, when you click on this wall here, mine says 61 feet and 6 inches. which is completely wrong. So I'm going to click on it. All you got to do is click on it. Now, when you click on it, what you want to do then is type in 30. You don't even have to type in feet. Type in 30 and press enter, and it's going to go ahead and do that. And it just kind of squeezed my door out. But that's okay. If it does that, mine did it too. You can just click on that, and you can just click on the door and hit delete. We'll put it back in again. Just you click on it and press on your keyboard, there's a delete key. All right. So what you do is you click on the door and find the delete key on your keyboard and press it, and that'll go away. Okay, so we have that. Now, click on the bottom wall, and you're going to change this to 30 as well. 30, press enter. So it's 30 feet by 30 feet. And so what we just learned right there was the first thing. Never listen to your teacher if he hasn't actually resized the walls, because I had us put the door in the wrong spot. But that's okay because Revit's extremely flexible. So now, if I click over here, it says 30 feet. If I click over here, it says 30 feet. Now, I'm going to find out how eagle-eyed you guys are. Yes.
Mine is at center, like, around where these bottom tabs.
Oh, the elevation markers? Yeah,
no
no.
longer center.
And it won't be. Okay, don't worry about that. And the thing is, if it's not centered, don't worry about that. We'll figure that stuff out later. All right, but for right now, when you click on this, I want to see if anyone's going to pick up the mistake. Okay, if we said this was actually a full 30 feet by 30 feet, inside service to inside service, what's wrong with this right here? Yeah. What's that? Say it again. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, you're actually measuring from the centers of the walls, okay? You're not actually measuring from the painted face to the painted face, okay? You follow me? So this would actually be off by 6 inches at each side. So that would actually be incorrect. Now, for us, we're not going to worry about that. We'll figure that out later. For right now, we're just going to, okay, that's too much. We're just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to put our door in. So now that we got that, before we go any further, you're going to go up, press your escape key. Once it's 30 by 30, go up here and see, you guys see this flop? Does anyone even know what a floppy disk is anymore? All right. Okay, floppy disk. So up here, this is a floppy disk. All right, right up here. It's next to the folder. Does anyone know what a folder is? Okay, so you go over here and you click on save. Click on save, and it's going to save it with the name you saved before. You don't have to do the save as every time. You don't have to type it in every time. So that's saved. It's good to go. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the door, where we started to put the door? Right down here. So, right? Is that what we said? We said that's going to be at the top, right? Yes, that's going to be there. So the door's going to go at the bottom. Or wait, how do we say, did I put it here?
Put it there. If you look on
You know why? Because I'm sitting here now. All right. I've been teaching all day. It's the kids. They're driving me crazy. Okay, over here. So we're going to go here to door. Click on door this time. And now, yes, we'll do what I said. We're going to go and put it down here. So go here and we'll put it right there. Now, do you see what's going on right here? Do you see it says 15 feet by 15 feet? Pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop it right there. Okay. So drop it right there and we are good to go. And yours should be, yeah, that's exactly right there. And press your escape key. Now that right there, that is a door tag. We'll get to that later. So for right now, I think that's as far as we're going to take it. Save your work and then go over here and look at it in 3D. Look at it in 3D just to see what you got so far. Now, this is pretty cool. Okay, we got to start. Okay, now, is there anything that's mind-blowingly difficult about this? No, the software is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us, but we do have to be accurate and we got to know a few things. So we just saved this. Now, I want to Alan actually had some stuff about no, not tonight. Okay, not tonight. Not that's fine. Okay, I want to get out of here too, so it's fine. We can talk offline. All right. So Alan actually does some work with actually imaging and recording space that's far more high tech than my stuff. And I might want to kind of talk about that, but who wants to do that right now? So we're all good. So see, yes. Yeah, Alan's over here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay, that's Alan. Okay. Yes. No. No. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can change the doors. Okay. Okay. Let's go to okay. I don't see the. Okay, zoom into it. All right, that's weird. Okay. I'll troubleshoot that. Yes, sir. Okay. And,
But-
and sometimes that stuff happens. Please remember that, and, there, it's gonna be super. Bless you. And here. And this is a lot. Very good, and then you want to save it, and hit save here, it says, perfect, keep it. Let me take a look at your, that's kind of weird. Yeah, all right, now what is going on? It's walls. Bear with you guys, what I which goes out of here. Two, that's good. No, I think you did everything right. Let's save it. It's probably a graphics driver thing. And you got this. See it. Okay, I don't know where this, unless it got hidden in this view. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I tell you what, we will deal with this next time. I'm just gonna save it. Okay, so everybody, all right, you're gonna sit down. Okay, everybody, that's gonna be it for tonight. Save your work, and if you and again, if you have a floppy disk, you want to go ahead, rather a disk drive, you want to thumb drive, you want to save it for that. Yes, sir. Okay, go to save as, and go to savings template. And when your desktop you'll save it, yeah, you could just go ahead and take save. Okay, and then desktop. Open. And, fire. Okay, see you guys next time. All right, see ya. All right, thank you. Yes, Mark. Yes, I can help you. So, and I would not come back to class if you don't have that. Because, yeah, and the thing is, you're not the first one. And with that, and I think I mentioned, I might have mentioned last week before you got in, but yeah, it's one of those kind of things that, everything's gonna be contingent upon being able to log in, and so just make sure you're all set. And, they're real good about it, just get a hold of someone, they'll take care of it. I'll send you an email. Yeah, I'll send you a link to the video. Hopefully you have it. It's okay. And, this is not my first rodeo. Not there, but you always wonder. But it should be fine. So I'll send this to you and you'll have it. And then it's just gonna be the same thing. All right, see you. Have a good night. Hey, and by the way, don't worry about this. This task is not for. All right.
So I guess like the board from 12.
Okay, well, listen, no worries, don't worry about it, nothing else, so I just get that taken care of. 32 gigs.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, see you next time. Okay, now this right here, somehow, this is a backup view. And, okay, this is correct. Okay, so somehow, let's get it. Right now over here, okay. Somehow you wound up opening a different thing. Now watch this, over here. There it is, okay? And so we're gonna go there. You got class now?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay, very good, okay, so over here, we got this, save, and you can go, and did you save it to a thumb drive? Okay, so save it to a thumb drive. All right, all right. All right. All right, you okay over there?
Trying to say what's on my restaurant.
Okay, that's right. Just email
I
it.
mean,
to
I
us.
already did it. It was the file was too big.
What's that?
The file was too big. The actual file.
You go on your USB?
Not for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I'll put it on my restaurant.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, can you email it to me? Try to email it to me, see if I should have went, that's weird. Because that shouldn't be that big a file. Yeah. That's fine, it's actually copy, should be okay. Files couldn't be with flash. Okay. Let me sit down here for a second. This MCC email I had to work with. It's the same thing I had at school. And then, let me see if I can- Sometimes these things are. It's making sense. All right, so that's you. Let me try this again. Okay, we should be able to go. And okay, and so you don't have a flash drive, right?
No, I didn't.
You
I
know-
just like to know.
Oh, you got it? Oh, I got it. Okay, if you got yours, I can get that extra here. Okay, if you already got that, you should be okay with your other. I'll put it on my too. That way we'll definitely we'll have, what is the old saying, trust but verify, So let me go ahead and save it on there. And it's on the desktop, is that right? You should be fine. Let me go here and verify. Have it. And okay, this is the one you want right here. And so here, control C. I'll go ahead and so here.
Why are they gonna update it? I see it in the. Copies every time.
Yeah. It does it. Every time you save it, what it does is it does this thing where what it does is it's extremely paranoid about losing work. So what it does is actually it does an automatic save every few minutes. Okay. So when it does that, it numbers it. So you have your main file, which will always be the most current, most information. Then it's gonna have 0001, 0002, 0003. And then once you got to 003, the next one is 001 again, and basically it gets rid of the other 003. So it just keeps on updating. So that's what those are. And so you don't have to worry about them. It's one of those kind of things, it's kind of messed up. But I am kind of perturbed now that you just have to do this to you. Let me try this. Let me see if it'll send it to me. Because you should be. Right? Well, here. Yeah, should be dash file here. It's not there. It's not. Um, but, um, status. Uh, I don't know. You should be okay. I don't know what to tell you. This has never happened before. I'm not sure why it's doing this. It's really irritating. Let's try this one more time. Oh, you tried to send yes, right? Okay. Let's just try and send. Bars on them should work this way. Try this one more time. All right, we should have, if you don't, I'll just give you mine to start with. Yeah. Thank you. I would remember that in it, but you remember it. Okay, so it's still sending. Let me just go ahead and pop this one out. And we're good to go. And yeah. Okay, yeah. So I noticed that you brought your stuff.
Yeah, what time do you usually get here?
I usually, well, the way it's been, say, oh, I usually get here at around, like 4:15, but if I know you're gonna need me here, I can get here a little earlier. I'm sorry, 4:45, I usually get 4, I'm sorry, 4:45.
No, I should be able to. This is the.
Okay.
It's gonna take what? Stitch process.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's the goal. I know what I'm gonna do, I gotta finish some stuff up here, so let's just look at crunch, and it should go through, and then I'll finish it off. All right, so, so next week, what we can do is shoot me an email and tell me if you think, either Tuesday or Thursday work out better for you, and tell me whatever day is better for you. I'll give you your 4:30 cents time, okay? Right, because as it is, I teach till 3:15. I can come here directly from school, and that would work. That would probably be what I'd have to do, which is fine, and that way we can have that. So let me know. Just shoot me an email. Let me know. Okay. 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 Very good. Just here. All right. Let me get out of here. Yeah.
So, and the invite, so I just tried some.
Okay. Let me. I gotta sign out here. All right.